and welcome back to Misfit Corner Comics. This is the Arsenal's Andrew speaking. It is the Nerd Den, and we are live. Hey, MK, how's it going? MK says hello, hello. And of course, Zach's here with me. The only one that's on time is the only one that actually fears my vengeance of going on time or being late.
I'm not. Like I said, I'm not sure what search you've actually made, but they must be chilling if it can tear me away from yet again failing to stick to my diet and picking out on a box of mint thins.
Oh, very good, very good. Well, I got a bone to pick with you guys, but I haven't figured out. When I was sending out the email for the chat tonight, I did a quick search of Nerd Den in my emails, just so I can just quickly respond to the last one I sent. And guess what? One of the Nerd Dens got taken down. Got a copyright strike.
Really?
And I haven't had a chance to look into it yet, but I wanted to share it with you. But
we've arrived.
Yeah, I guess so. But it was the January 3rd stream. So it's been down for a while now, and I just never noticed.
What were we talking about in January 3rd?
Well, I downloaded a copy of it so I could go through it later and see, but I'll read to you what the copyright strike notice entailed. Let's see here. It says, "Hi, Misfit Corner Comics. Copyrighted content has been detected in your video, The Nerd Den, Black Friday, January 2nd, 2026. New show, new location, all nerd talk. As a result, your video has been blocked and can no longer be played on YouTube." It must be serious because obviously, we're the cutting edge of bad boyish, This is not a copyright strike and does not affect your channel. Okay, that's good. That's good. The content use was In the End by Linkin Park.
Okay.
And then there's a clip from NBC Universal.
We must
have been looking at a trailer of something.
Yeah. And, the only thing I can think of is the trailer for Transformers, because that's the only one that uses that.
Nope, it wasn't the Transformers, but like I said, I downloaded the video so I can go through it and see.
Well, you know what this means?
What does it mean?
That we had enough viewers that someone actually took the time out of their busy day to click a button to notify YouTube.
Oh, no. It means that their algorithms found it and just blocked it, period.
Wow.
Yeah, it was an auto-blocking thing. There wasn't anybody out there watching it and looking at it and going, ooh, I'm going to rat these guys out. Nope.
All right.
That's not how it goes. I wish it was that complex, but no, it's not. It's an algorithmic thing where they're looking for certain things and they will knock you down just because you checked it out. So whatever it was important enough to somebody to strike it off of my little itty bitty channel. So
I feel the opportunity to make a porn related joke right now, but I'm coming up short. So because obviously pornography is something that will get you struck.
Oh yeah, of course. But no, we were probably just sharing a trailer of some type, and that's more than enough for them to slap you on the wrist,
Trailers. Actually, I wanted to ask you two things. First,
yes.
Have you seen the Jason Momoa as Lobo trailer for Supergirl?
What I saw, I don't know if I would consider it a trailer. It was more like a clip of him like riding up on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Second, have you seen Wonder Man yet?
I have not seen Wonder Man yet.
Okay. Well,
I have any major desire to watch it at all.
It's different. Just looking at the trailers, I'm not even sure if it actually is a Marvel superhero show. I know Wonder Man is an actual Marvel hero, and that in the comics he was a former actor, but I'm not sure what the shtick is with this one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, the trailers did not impress me at all. And
they got Ben Kingsley in it too, which is something.
Yeah, that means nothing to me. I was never a big huge fan.
All right,
but
well, if you are looking for something to watch, I highly recommend A Night of the Dead
Actually, you know what? The wife and I are actually watching right now, and I'd never watched it when it first came out because I saw part of the first episode and it disgusted me so much I walked away from it.
The scene in the beginning where he has dysentery.
No, I'm talking about the show Titans. Titans, yeah, with Robin and Starfire and Beast Boy and Raven.
Yeah. You mean the live action version?
Yes. I've never watched the series, and my wife and I we're like on the 3rd episode of season 2 now and watching it. It's actually it's been actually entertaining.
I remember that. I remember that mainly because DC for about 5 minutes had its own app, and it was exclusive to that app.
Yes.
And I remember I mostly got that app because I wanted to read the comics, and then which reminded me, of course, how much I hated DC Comics as they were after about 2012. And I remember watching that, and I'm thinking, I don't know. I remember thinking, I don't know if this is worth whatever I'm paying for it every month.
Yeah.
But but no. I mean, it was an interesting concept. And but
the thing I think is funny is every time a new episode starts, it starts off with the DC logo, and it's the really hard rockin' music at the very beginning, and it's like, we're trying to be edgy, we're trying to be hardcore and violent, and it's like, ugh.
Well, that's the funny thing is that in the early 2010s, in the early once it became clear that Netflix was more than a flash in the pan, and that streaming was the future. Like every company and their grandmother kicked up a streaming service because they figured, if Netflix can do it, so can I. So you had DC, which Warner Brothers DC had their own streaming service.
Yep.
PlayStation had their own streaming service that you can only watch via PlayStation. It was, and the thing is that there are a lot of really weird superhero shows that got made on these like for example, Powers. I think it was Powers was the one that was made on PlayStation.
Yeah, it was like a PlayStation show. Yeah,
they had some. It was actually really good. I mean, I didn't have a PlayStation, so I only saw a few I only saw like a few pirated episodes, but it was good. I mean, it was kind of like The Boys before The Boys, or what's that show? What's that animated show that's also like The Boys on like Invincible or something?
Invincible, yeah.
It's like that as well. It was like that as well. It was kind of like the conceit where, what they did with Watchmen was they asked what would it be like if superheroes were actually in the, for lack of a better term, the real world. I mean, how would you actually deal with that? With having superpower beings in like an actual functioning modern world. And it was good, but again, excuse me, pardon me.
There's a mute button, right?
Yeah. But
so sad.
Well, just be glad I didn't sneeze on you on the screen, okay? But the thing is,
it was right in my ear.
I pointed away.
Well, I still heard it loud and clear. It's okay. Keep going.
The point is that it didn't go anywhere though, because again, it was.
Because if it had touched me, I would have had to reach out and kill you.
Yeah. Well. You're about 75 miles away in Jacksonville. I don't think my seasons are that powerful, but
the sound came through my ears and pierced my eardrums.
Oh, nut up!
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, so the point is that because it was on all these fly by night streaming services, like Crackle. I think Crackle had Crackle. Remember Crackle?
I know of it, but I never ever checked it out.
They had some interesting shows on there as well, with some really decent actors, probably because they had a lot of money back in them. But the problem is that as we're finding out with streaming, it's basically first mover advantage. Netflix is basically Netflix and Amazon because they got there first.
Right.
So a lot of these shows never really went anywhere because no one was watching them, because it's like at that point it's like I'm already subscribed to Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, HBO Max or Ultra Max, whatever they're calling it. Why would I want?
Still HBO. It went back to HBO Max.
Well, so yeah, I mean, so those shows never really went anywhere, which is sad because they're actually pretty good. I mean, the Stargirl show on that actually was a back when the
that was on the WB, right?
Yeah, but then it moved to the app, I think,
or
it was connected to the app. I mean, remember there was that period in the early 2010s where basically like half the shows when the WB was basically like the what Disney Plus is now for Marvel shows. It was kind of the outlet. You had
right.
Green Arrow,
The Flash,
Flash,
Supergirl, yeah.
Legends of Tomorrow.
Yep.
I'm really
Black Lightning was in there too, and
but by that point, no one was really watching. I'm just pissed though because NBC had like a John Constantine show, and they did it perfectly cast. The story was good, but they couldn't make it work.
Well, I thought Lucifer was pretty good. I still haven't seen all of it. My wife and I have tried watching it many times, and we've gotten like 2-3 seasons in, and then just never finished it.
Well, I don't know. I think though anything that involves Neil Gaiman in the future is probably gonna be treated with like kid gloves because of his personal life, which
it's a really dumb reason to tank a show, but yeah, that's exactly what.
Honestly, I mean, the first season of The Watchmen was really good. I mean, I didn't like the way they race swapped Death, but you know what? They made it work, and that's good enough. I mean, the character made it look different, but it was the same characterization as in the comic books. And that no, they did a good job with that. And they made Constantine in their like Joanna Constantine because it was because of a rights issue because someone else had the rights. The usual bullshit, but it was a good show.
Hey, look, it's Todd.
Yeah, but
hello.
Hey,
what's up, punk?
How's it going, man?
You forced me to buy a Marvel comic this week.
I forced you to buy it. I did not. I did no such thing.
You absolutely 100% did.
What did I say that
it wasn't nothing that you said. It's just the fact that you exist.
I don't know.
So we were talking about superhero shows. Now we're going to move on to new comics.
Okay.
I picked up 4 new comics this week.
Oh, and I'm going mute now. I got to sneeze again.
Okay, go ahead. Yes, he sneezed earlier, and I swear I could feel it in my jaw.
That's okay, but the reason I'm late, I'm sorry I'm late. Like my kids have been sick.
Yes, we know. You told us that yesterday. Yes, we know.
Well, I'm telling everybody else. The other 7.
MK, he has sick kids at home. Yeah. By the way, got a copyright takedown of one of my live streams because.
Did you really?
Yes.
What law did you break?
I don't know. It didn't affect the channel. It just they took it down because there was it was a clip, an NBC clip, I guess. I don't know what we were watching a trailer or something, and it had some music from I forgot. We already talked about this. I hate having to go back and do it again because some of us are late.
It's okay.
I'm not going back.
I don't care.
I'm not going back. It doesn't matter. Yeah. So I got to go through and find out why it was. I'm sure I know why. I either got to clip it out to put it back up or I don't know, leave it down.
Okay.
But it was our January 2nd episode got taken down. Had no views on it since published, which means they took it down back on like January 2nd. I didn't know it till today.
Jeez.
So anyway, all right. So I wanted to show you a couple new comics that I picked up this week. Of course, Ultimate Wonder Woman, Absolute Wonder Woman, issue number 16, which introduced.
You've been liking that.
Yeah, I've been enjoying this title thoroughly. So this was a good one. Introduced the Ultimate or Absolute. Why I keep saying Ultimate? The Absolute Zatanna, but it also had the Absolute Chitara and Giganta as well. It was in here, so that was pretty cool. Part 2 of the Batman Wonder Woman crossover. This time in Absolute Batman issue number 16. And this cover was very deceptive in the fact that it has him facing off against her and saying, "Go to hell." But it's a question.
Mm-hmm.
What it is, the story is Bruce wants to try to help Waylon, who is Killer Croc. And so he asks Wonder Woman if she knows of any magical way to help him transform back into a human. And she says there might be a mythological, a god way.
Right, but I have to go to hell?
We have to go to another world. We have to go to another dimension to try to figure it out. And so they go on a little quest together. And it was very much a character building. It took them like 2 weeks to get to the destination. And they're traveling together and they're having conversations. And it was interesting. It was very interesting. But this cover kind of makes it seem like, they're kind of facing off against each other, like they're adversaries. Cool. Well, in the Wonder Woman issue in which Batman shows up, it's very much mutual respect. They immediately had mutual respect for each other, and it was a good team up. This one made it kind of seem like maybe they're going to fight, but they don't. They don't. This does not. This what this cover implies does not happen in the comic. And they go on an adventure, and it's kind of interesting. It's very character driven and character building, and once again, another fantastic issue. The next thing I bought was the Bug Wars, the Spider Witch special, which I had a couple of different covers to choose from, and I picked the regular cover just simply because, Mahmoud Asarad is a really good artist, and I don't think he does very much in this issue. He does a little bit, but not a lot.
What's Bug Wars?
It was an Image comic. There was a 6-issue series that came out. Volume 2 is supposed to come out later this year, but this was one of the characters, the Spider Witch, and this issue was kind of like her adventures or whatever, and it's interesting. It's pretty art, and it's interesting story.
MK
I still haven't read the whole thing.
MK says, "LOL, love the quote. It was interesting."
Yeah. Well, this is the one I had to buy because of Todd. Infernal Hulk number 3.
Dude, it's great.
Yeah, well, this one's not so much. Even though, what's his name? Klein.
He's amazing.
Is listed as the artist. He does like one page in this.
Yeah, so you have to
of
be
it's done by
careful.
somebody
This
else.
is for what was it? Immortal Hulk?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's incredible. I think he's probably the best illustrator in comics. He's like the new Bernie Wrightson. He's phenomenal. But he puts so much energy into his books, he can't do a series. So they always have a fill-in.
This is like the entire issue was this.
Yeah.
Them having conversations and just doing, and eventually, I think every now and then an image of the Hulk will pop up, but that's it. Mm-hmm. And it was all a setup for the next issue, and you get one panel of something gross happening, but the rest of it's just
that artwork is terrible. It's all flat.
Yeah. Well, this is there is a like kind of like oh my god, what happened? But Betty and Bruce are kind of trying to live a regular life and trying to run away and so forth. And of course, Mr. Fantastic and Iron Man find them, and they're like trying to convince Bruce to and Tony is really mean in his conversation with Bruce. He's really, really, really insulting to him, kind of like trying to encourage him to get back and bring back the Hulk and take down this infernal Hulk, this one who's killing people and bringing monsters into the world and becoming like the king of monsters. And it's all set up for the next issue.
Yeah,
but
you have to,
because I bought issues 1 and 2 for you, I had to buy 3. So that's what I bought.
Thank you. But yeah, it's the same thing again. Immortal Hulk, like he would do like 1 or 2 or 3 issues in a row, and then there'd be like 1 or 2 issues or 3 issues that he didn't do.
Yeah.
He's phenomenal. He's incredibly good. And those covers he does, those are hand painted. Like he's fantastic.
Well, he's got very much got a Bernie Wrightson feel to it, and it's actually kind of cool for this title.
It's perfect. But, Immortal Hulk was fantastic. Was it Immortal Hulk? Both titles. The one that Joe Bennett drew, that might have been Immortal
Bennett
Hulk.
Started Immortal Hulk, but I think it went in. It became Incredible Hulk again.
So he did. That's right. So
yeah.
Immortal Hulk was a phenomenal. It's probably one of the best runs. I loved Immortal Hulk. Was fantastic. Weird and creepy and just awful, but in a good way. And then Nick Klein's run on Incredible Hulk, or that Hulk, whatever that Hulk book was, that was phenomenal. Like they really have been nailing it. It's like they turned Incredible Hulk into like Swamp Thing, which is exactly what he should be.
Yeah,
they're great stories. They're really good. MK says, was it the proper Iron Man Tony Stark who was always a mean drunk?
No, not necessarily. I read that comment and I wanted to bring it up. But so Iron Man is standing in front of Bruce and he says, "I thought your Hulk transformations were scary, but they were nothing compared to this. One of the bravest, most selfless, most brilliant scientists who have ever lived transformed into a sniveling coward. So enamored with your tidy, comfortable little life that you'll hide behind your white picket fences while the rest of the world burns. What did the eldest do to you, Bruce? Did it rip your heart out? You rip out your heart, your spine. What did it do to make you so small? And then Mr. Fantastic's like, Tony, like you're too much. You're too much. But I think maybe he was trying to push the bear.
Yeah.
Hit the poke the bear. Good God. Avery would be so embarrassed.
Well, you're probably having a stroke right now. It's okay. We understand.
But yeah, Iron Man was probably trying to poke the bear, trying to get him to Hulk out and become the Hulk, and he just turned around and walked away from him.
Yeah.
That was like really, really, it wasn't mean drunk. That was just mean Tony. But then again, who is it that kickstarted the Hulk kickstart Bruce Banner's transformation of the Hulk by pushing him out of an airplane? I think it was either Iron Man or Captain America or somebody. It was Captain America. It's Ultimate Captain America. Said, Bruce, we need the Hulk. He says, well, I'm not. He says, okay, well then here, and he pushed him out of a plane. Without a parachute. So,
yeah, that was great.
Yeah, the Hulk will be here shortly. Just wait. Anyway. Well, the comic book world took a huge hit this week. We lost Sal Buscema.
Yeah.
Which, he was, I don't want to say the lesser of the Buscemas, but he was definitely.
That's a great obituary you just did there, Andrew. Like we lost a titan in the industry, a major force in comics, the lesser Buscema.
Yeah, well.
Great job.
Anyway, how many times have you opened up a book and saw Buscema on the cover and you opened it and you went, oh, it's Sal?
That doesn't matter. He was a great man.
His art was fantastic. And he's one of those artists that I appreciate so much more today than I did when I was younger. Mm-hmm. I put him right in there line with oh God, what's the guy that did Batman and Detective Comics?
Norm Brayfogle?
Jim Aparo.
Jim Aparo, yeah.
Jim Aparo is like it's like freaking fantastic.
Yeah.
He was so good, and I didn't realize it. It wasn't until much later did I realize how good he was. Sal Buscema is right up there with the people that, because you see other artists that just they dwarf these people.
Yep.
You don't realize what greatness they have in them because you're looking. It's like there's one artist that I followed before where he never gets any love, but his artwork is freaking fantastic. But he's just not a big name. He doesn't get the name recognition that other artists do. And every piece of work I've seen by him has been fantastic.
Yep.
And it's just sad. And Sal was one of those guys. And place in my heart, definitely. But when I was younger, I was dumb and didn't appreciate what was standing in front of me,
I understand.
But he will be greatly missed. It's all right. It's all right. We'll all survive, but we'll be a little less every day. How is that for an obituary?
A little better.
Okay, thank you.
What's your favorite Sal Buscema book?
He had a run on Spectacular Spider-Man that I really enjoyed.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
what were you questioning whether or not I knew what the man had done?
Yeah. Well, he's done everything. So you could have been like, oh, there's X Factor. He could just randomly pull out a book and I would have been like, oh, yeah.
No. There were some
issues. His Alpha Flight run was fantastic. I don't know.
Never did Alpha Flight. Shut up. It's so funny. I was actually getting into the shower and I was thinking of something. Mm-hmm. And it's really not as much fun doing it with you as it is doing it with a whole bunch of guys. But that's
getting into a shower, I would hope. Well, wait a minute, you're getting into a shower with a bunch of guys is more fun than me. I'm flattered.
So what I was thinking of is my goal in life is to be remembered for something that I created. And you understand exactly what I'm talking about.
Sure.
Whether it's 100. One character, 100 characters, or whatever it is, you want to be remembered for that one, that thing that you created.
Sure.
And I was going through a list in my head of artists that I really admired, and what it was is I'd say the artist's name, and then the very first thing that pops into my head about them, and if it wasn't a created own character, I was disappointed. I was disappointed not only in myself, but in the artist, as the artist as well, because I don't want to draw somebody else's comic for a living. I don't want to draw Spider-Man and Batman and X-Men. I don't want, that's not what I want to be known for, I think most artists want to be known for themselves, not for what they contributed to a big, huge mega corporation's bottom line, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm going to throw a name out there and you tell me the first thing that comes to mind. And we'll see if it's the thing that made them known.
Mm-hmm.
Super simple one is Todd McFarlane.
Oh,
What's
sure.
the first thing that comes to mind?
Well, Spawn, of course. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Eric Larson,
Savage Dragon,
Rob Liefeld.
Youngblood.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It is.
You're lying to me.
Youngblood.
Youngblood is not the first thing that comes to mind.
It
when you think of
is.
Rob Liefeld. Oh, you're just lying to yourself.
No, it's
All
not.
right.
It's-
All right. Jim Lee.
Wildcats.
No, Todd, you're not playing this game properly. You're thinking of what
You said the first-
you're thinking of what creator-owned property did they create and that they're known for. I'm not asking that. I'm saying what is the thing that they are known for?
Okay, fine. So then, if it's not, I mean, Youngblood is what I would honestly say for Rob Liefeld. It was the very first Image book. Fine, if you want to say X-Force or New Mutants, I guess.
It would be Deadpool. That is the one thing he is known for.
I guess.
Period.
I'm a 90s
He's not
kid.
known.
I
He's
do
not known for
think-
X-Force. He's not known for New Mutants. He's known for Deadpool,
I don't think about.
and he thrives off of that. That's what he lives off of. Is the
Hold
fact
on, MK, is my audio still messed up? I put in my headphones because
that you're
my
better
dog is-
now. You're
my
better
dog
now.
was barking, so it all went weird.
All
for a
right,
second.
we will stop and break for a second. MK says, like Sal's cover to Tombstone holding torn Spider-Man.
That was
Yes,
excellent, yeah,
Spider-Mask. That was, and I'm fairly certain that was from his Spectacular run.
yeah.
He says, Todd, your audio just
It was
went wonky. And
getting
he
loud,
said,
soft, loud.
Getting loud, soft. Okay, it's good.
MK,
now.
is it better now?
Just shut up. Just stop talking.
Can you hear me okay, Andrew?
Yes, I can hear you just fine.
Okay.
You're coming through very loud and clear. You're good. You're good.
So here's the thing. Okay,
He says, going loud, soft, loud, and then he says, it's better.
you're very slow. I get it. So fine. I don't think about Deadpool at all. I concede that that's what he's known for, but to me, it's Youngblood. Fine. Jim Lee would be Uncanny X-Men.
Yeah, which is sad because that's exactly what came to mind as well for me is X-Men.
Mhm.
Jim Lee, X-Men.
Mhm.
Dale Keown,
Pitt.
good. Adam Hughes.
Gen 13.
What?
I'm being honest.
Even though that's sad, that's not his property. So that
I'm just
kind
being
of
real.
proves my point. So
I'm just
there.
being real. Like
Okay,
those two Gen 13 issues were
Okay.
transformative for
Okay.
me anyway.
All right. J. Scott Campbell.
Danger Girl.
Okay. Humberto Ramos.
Crimson.
Are you asking me? Crimson was his creator-owned property, but he's more known for like Impulse and Fantastic Four and
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
You
He's
might
known.
want to mute Zach. I think I hear his air conditioning.
Zach, are you chiming in?
I'm just listening to you guys talk about.
Okay, then I'm going to mute you. Okay, because the audio feedback from your end is very, very loud.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
Well, that's why we thought you were going to say something. That's why we were pausing for you.
No, I just didn't want you to think. I just didn't want you to think I was ignoring you.
No,
We
you're
don't
good.
know what you're doing when you're on mute. You could be off doing God knows what. You could be off in the middle of you're an assassin.
You could be like
You're
Andrew,
higher, and you're
showering
off.
with lots of men.
Well, I mean, nothing that interesting. It's mostly I'm just trying to figure out how to sacrifice a goat to the Dark Lord of the Pit.
I thought
Yeah.
Todd, it was so funny last night when his mute came off and you heard like ladies talking in the background. And
Yeah,
I'm like, I swear to God, I hope he's not watching porn.
I was
Because
totally.
that was the
hoping it
first
was.
thing that came
I
to
was
my
hoping.
mind.
Yes,
I was hoping it was. porn.
yes, you caught me. I was
Yes.
watching dirty movies.
I was
I have
hoping
a
it was.
problem.
Zach, keep
Yeah,
your
just-
hands to yourself and off the mute button. That's all I'm saying.
Andrew,
Yes.
say that again, but in a seductive voice.
Okay. Let me throw out a few more names.
yeah.
Nick Dagoda.
See, I don't like Nick Dagoda. I would just say Ultimate or Absolute Batman.
Absolute Batman. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a whole bunch of creator own stuff out
See,
there that
he's a little
in.
more. Yeah, I never
Yeah.
followed him, but
I'm trying to come up with people's names who, if they have creator-owned stuff, it's so minute you'd never. Oh, John Romita Jr.
Oh well, it kick ass.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna give you that one because his creator-owned thing was the Gray Man.
Yeah, see, I would.
Which, nobody knows him for that at all.
But I think here's what's interesting. I think to your point, and we've talked about this before, but a long time ago, and I did this research. Maybe it was like a couple years ago. I did some kind of research where basically I was like, out of all the creators who had created their own characters and their own books, right?
Yep.
How long did they last? Like how many issues? And
I don't know if that's important though.
Well, here's the thing. It is. Well, it's not, but it is, because like, first of all, it's just interesting. So like the number of creators that have passed the 12th issue is like, and when I say 12th issue, I mean like drawing, like doing their own book.
Well, hell, Todd McFarlane didn't even make it 12 issues.
I think he made like 13 or 14.
Oh, well,
I think
you're
Capullo,
right. Yeah, I think I remember 14.
Yeah. Capullo took over on issue like 16. I think.
What's Caputo known for?
Spawn.
He has creator-owned properties out there.
He has a lot. But this he does. He has a lot. But he's got several. But I guess my point is like, first of all, any creator that gets beyond like 10 to 12 issues of their own thing is already in a separate tier, right?
Right. Right. Sure.
It doesn't matter. I mean, if the book is amazing, you can do 3 or 4 issues and be well known, or you can do 100 issues and like Larson, and everyone's like, oh yeah, Larson has almost 300 issues, and everyone was like, man, those first 25 issues are killer.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? Like
oh yeah, I gotcha.
Like, but like Jason Pearson.
Yeah.
Body bags.
Body bags. Period.
4 issues.
Yeah.
4 issues. Did he do other body bags after that? Yes. No one gives a shit. 4 issues.
Yep.
And so like MK says, Prawn doesn't.
Yeah, I know. I've read that. Yeah. I'm just not reading it out loud. So
it's okay. But I guess my point is like, so that's the first thing. But you are correct. I think like Joe Madureira.
Battle Chasers.
Right.
George Perez.
Teen Titans.
You know what he created himself? The Blood, I forgot, Blood whatever. Oh God, I forgot the name of the comic. There was only like 2 issues of it, but he also created a comic called Sirens.
Oh wow.
Nobody knows anything about it.
Steve Rude.
Oh, Nexus.
Right.
But he's got a lot. How about I was going to say somebody easy, but there's a couple of guys who for nothing else but their creator-owned stuff.
Right.
Like Dave Sim.
Oh, right. Sarah.
Or Eric Powell.
Oh yeah, the Goon.
Yeah, you only know him for that because that's the only thing they work at. Mike Mignola. Yeah. Hellboy. Yeah.
Right.
That's the one that I would love to achieve, where you have your establishment in the comic book world, and then you break into your own character and you never look back.
Yeah. I mean, one, I don't think that happens anymore because just the times have changed. I think the new paradigm,
people like to get paid.
Yeah. I saw this when I was in animation at Cartoon Network. There's different people, right? Like I think when we were young and we all had the same kind of vibe. And so we all were looking at like Image Comics and doing our own thing and creating our own characters and creating our own universes. And I think it's a natural assumption that you think other people are like that. When I got into animation and I was at Cartoon Network, I was doing the same thing. I was like creating my own pilots and my own animation style. And man, I could bring some comics in here and do this and that, and maybe combine comics and animation. And I remember sitting next to guys, and I was like, what are you guys working on? And they're like, getting paid to draw
Bugs Bunny.
They were like, I don't care
or something.
What I'm getting. I do not care what I'm drawing as long as I'm getting paid to draw. They had zero desire to create their own thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. I would say that John Buscema is the same way. That guy had he drew half the books on this shelf
Right,
Like
right.
that's all John Buscema. I have a short box full of.
Does he have any creator-owned stuff?
Does he?
I don't think so.
I think he created. He wrote some of his own stories. He definitely wrote and drew like some of his own books from Marvel. There's like Silver Surfers and Thors and things like that.
Yeah, but none of
But
those are
he
his.
did not. That wasn't. I don't think that was his thing. He wanted to get paid to draw. That was his thing.
Well, that's like Jim Starlin has
Dreadstar,
which was published by Marvel, but it's not owned by Marvel.
right?
You know, so there's things.
But this is my point, though. I think like people are in it for different reasons, and then I think the modern way to do it. I mean, and look, I'm living it, so I'm very biased. But I think the modern way to do it is to put things out and hammer it, like just keep going, basically, and make yourself. It's not about screaming into the void anymore. Some people are very good at that. I am not good at that. I think it's about putting enough work out there on a consistent basis to be discoverable. What I think, at least with my stuff, what I think it is like you have enough of a trail across enough years to where all of a sudden, you know what it is? You know, have you ever like, this was like The Expanse for me. Like I had never heard of The Expanse. I had never heard of it until it was a show on Amazon. I didn't know it was a book. I just thought it was a sci-fi show on Amazon. I had no clue. And when I found out it was based on a book, I then researched it, and I'm like, there's like 15 novels. I was like, holy crap, they've been doing it for 20 years. Like, I had no idea, no clue. And I think that is sort of the point. Right? It's like, it's about putting enough stuff out there to when someone falls into it, they come into it from however they fall into it. And then all of a sudden there's like this whole world and this whole big thing that they can kind of dive into. If somebody came into the world of Hero, right? Tomorrow, right? There's actual books out there they could buy to kind of catch up on, right?
Maybe. But yeah.
MK says you need Goodreads in your life. Yeah, you agree. Do it for the love. Someone will find you. Yeah, it's really about taking the pressure off. One of the things that I used AI to help me a lot with this. Long story short, I spent months creating like a creator OS system last year, just passively, to where I could kind of psychoanalyze myself, and because we all have strengths and weaknesses, right? And so I was like, well, AI, if I really built a system for like, you know, to have AI psychoanalyze me, maybe I can kind of take it a step further. And I did it, and it was a great breakdown of my personality. And then, and I think I talked about this, like over Christmas, by complete accident, I just started to, you know, kind of doing the routine that I do is like kind of using all of that data, those data files as a reference point for a conversation so that the AI would have context of my thinking and my projects, right? And long story short, I had it start phrasing things as chapters from a book. So when it gave me an answer, I was like, oh, that's actually fascinating. That actually helps me a lot. Write it as an essay or an article. And it was essentially like writing a book to myself. It was crazy. It was excellent. Anyway, after like, you know, doing this for a while, I've got essentially 2 books written for people who have psychology similar to mine, which is very interesting. But long story short, basically what that means is that I've learned that part of what these kind of meaning dense works, the way that these types of meaning dense works survive, the way that they kind of are supported is by emotionally separating financing from it, which is weird because everyone wants to get paid for what you do. Like, I'm not doing this for free. I'm hoping to like have it be self-sustaining and all that kind of stuff, right? Like I'm not here. It's not a fucking charity thing. Like, I'm trying to make a living on it and all this kind of stuff. But that said, though, you have to emotionally detach yourself from it, at least for the first several years, because this is a meaning dense work. Means that there's a lot more emotion tied up into it than other people, right? Other people have less meaning in their work, but they might be better at the promotion side or the personality presentation staging side on social media and things like that. My psychology and my metabolism is much more towards meaning dense creators, right? So like not that I'm comparing myself, but like people that are in that same world of like what a meaning dense creator is would be like a David Bowie or a David Lynch, like people who like it didn't matter if the thing was going to be a success or failure. David Lynch was going to make the movie or TV show he was going to make.
Right.
There was nothing on earth that said that Twin Peaks was going to be a good thing. Like if you look at Twin Peaks, it should be a commercial failure, like a complete disaster, right? But he was very committed to his vision, and he was a very meaning dense creator in that regard. So that's sort of the thing that I've had to kind of contend with. It's like, okay, so now that I recognize that I'm a meaning dense creator in this kind of a vein, like awesome, it solves a lot of my it answers a lot of the questions I had about myself about why I'm really, really good at this and I just can't fucking do this. Like whatever, like I just fucking can't do it. And so now I have like a framework to kind of work around, if that makes sense.
Sure.
MK says, wait, what? I thought this was a nonprofit, hence the value of my NFTs.
Oh my goodness.
Tell me about it. So
I was reading an article yesterday about an NFT that somebody bought for like $69 million and it's now worth $19,000.
Oh yeah.
It's like, what the hell happened there?
Yeah.
But
cheers. I mean, I still think in case it's punk, it'll go up again. It's fine. It'll go up.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
And if it doesn't, whatever. That's the way it is.
Yeah. We're not going to discuss that here.
Why?
Because it just makes me really glad I never got you to set up a wallet for me.
I mean, I did. It was a very good ride.
Sure. Okay. Did you ever look into that thing about Eminem?
Yeah, I don't think he owns one.
Okay. I thought it was something that AI made up.
No, but it doesn't matter because perception is reality, and
sure.
I'm just going to claim it to be true.
If somebody else looks for that particular piece of information and AI gives it to them, then there
MK
you go.
MK says such a good ride, hence why I'm here.
I was trying to figure out. I was also thinking about how we could get more people to tune in to our live stream.
To this?
Yeah, to this live stream.
We're middle-aged white guys.
Yeah, no.
Hey, speak for yourself.
Got to mute him.
Sorry, we gotta
put something in the title.
You've got a white,
that pulls people in.
Uh-huh.
I was actually thinking about putting something in there about how they hating ICE or something, and
no.
People.
I actually had an idea, and I'm not gonna do it.
Okay.
But I was just like, this is just edgelord. I was like, you know what? If I really wanted my wanted a YouTube channel to take off, don't do that. Jesus. We'll get banned.
MK's asking for it. He's the only one here asking for it.
Any of us in a bathrobe is not. This is not a fair platform. None of this is fair. If I really wanted to make money, we should do local. Listen, hear me out.
Okay,
hear me out. This is AI. This would be totally AI. Daily. So hit your content, Andrew. Got to be daily, right?
Mm-hmm.
Daily content. It would be local weather reports with really gorgeous, hot AI women, like photorealistic, and you just have them read the weather report in Knoxville, Tennessee, and you just do it for every state, 50 channels, and I promise you will.
Why are you not doing this, Todd?
Because I have a life and I want to do meaning dense work.
Todd is not in it for the money. He does not want to do this for the money.
May I make a suggestion then?
Naked news, but see, MK, you remember it.
Yeah,
but I'm saying you do it local, and I'm saying you do it you could even be tasteful. It doesn't even have to be chicks in bikinis or nude or anything like that.
God, if I make
you can just have have you ever seen Latina weather report news or the Latina Univision newscasters? Just do that, and I promise you will have or you just what was it, Andrew? Like close-ups of like female pole vaulters or something.
I really got hooked on the soccer players for a little while there.
The soccer players.
I don't know anything about soccer, but I was definitely watching those videos.
You know,
Those
guys,
what?
if I may make a suggestion,
Yeah.
we should, if we do that, we should at the very least jazz up the title as well, because Nerd Den is just not cut. Nerd Den's good, but something out of left field, like naked chicks here, or Nancy Reagan's left butt cheek, or
That's not going to bring anybody
knows who
in.
Nancy Reagan is.
Fine. Kamala Harris's body part of your choice.
That's not going to bring anybody in either.
Oh my God.
Sure will. All right.
Did you see? Okay, Sydney Sweeney
Why don't we just call it Jimmy
makes
Carter
a movie.
Tonight?
Makes a movie about a female boxer called Christy. The movie bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Whether she acted great in it or not doesn't matter. The movie bombed. That's all people talked about.
Hey,
So
Richard,
you know
this
what-
is female volleyball.
So you know what his female volleyball is good as well. I got this one female skateboarder. I don't know what it is about her, but I follow her. She follows it up with her own line of lingerie. And the advertisements, which have just been pictures, have been freaking fantastic. I would buy Sydney Sweeney lingerie just to,
for yourself.
So, dude, what are you saying that we should all go on live cam wearing lingerie? I think that would probably get us arrested. Although maybe if we all had AI avatars and lingerie and like voice modulate and like with voice modulation, that might work.
There are some real-time models coming out where you can basically be whoever you want, and at that point, we should at least do one Nerd Den where we're just like drop dead gorgeous women and like living rooms.
It would be hilarious if we were actually comic book characters talking about the comics. She-Hulk talking to Supergirl and talking to Psylocke about this week's comics.
Or I'm just telling you, I'm even
I
even that would
guarantee you.
even that. I'm just saying.
I would want to be Booster Gold.
The minute we look like hot gamer girls sitting in our like little gamer chairs, we will get more views.
Richard says mankinis. I swear to God, if a channel starts where it's Supergirl or Hawkgirl or Rogue or whoever, I saw a news thing. I don't know if it's true or not. It's probably fake.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently I don't know. I hope to God it's fake. But they're trying to get the girl who played the Green Witch from Wicked to be Storm.
No,
in the
that's true.
Thea Revo.
I don't know why people like her. It's such a
She is
weird
not-
person, man.
She is not attractive at all.
Just a strange person.
She's just hell. Ariana Grande is not an attractive person either. So
Something happened to her. Did you see the quote where like this is true? Like you can actually YouTube this. She was doing an interview like on the red carpet or something, and she was talking about like Ariana Grande, and like she said someone was like, oh, how are you feeling, and just like a casual thing because it was just like some interview on the red carpet, and I'm gonna paraphrase, but she came back and said, oh, I'm feeling good, I just got back, I went to that place where they wipe out all your memories, so I don't really remember anything. Like she had a full memory wipe, and so like they brainwashed her basically, and then she started dropping weight. Now she probably Ozempic or something, but now she looks like a skeleton that has no memories. It's fucked up, dude. Like weird Hollywood shit. But she was dead serious. Like it was not acting. She was like, "Oh yeah, I've been having a little trouble, getting readjusted now that I have my memories wiped." But yeah,
we need to do. I mentioned this to Richard when I visited with him, and I've talked to you about this before, Todd. What is he saying? MK says, "Shh. You shut your mouth. I constantly hum the theme song to the smell of my best friend's house on SNL." I don't know what that is.
You don't remember that? I don't remember how it
no idea.
goes, but I remember that.
Okay.
Like,
So what I was saying
I
is
would
that
take that over what I got. I'm still living with
so my
twice.
mother-in-law is having problems. Well, she's been napping during the day, so she has a hard time sleeping through the night. And one of the things I suggested to her is I said, you know what you can do? You need to use your brain. You need to get your brain moving, get it working, and it'll tire you out. And what I said, this is what you can do. You wake up at 3:00 in the morning, right? And you've got things on your mind. You can't get back to sleep. Take out your phone and record a video and tell a story. Either tell them what's on your mind, tell them something the cats did that day that was funny, or something you did when you were 6 years old or whatnot. Just tell a story and we'll make videos. And I said, we don't have to post them. I'll wait till after you're dead and then I'll post them, right? I said, but you don't have to. You can if you want to. And we could call it Midnight Crazy Grandma Stories or something, you know? There's freaking people that would watch.
I do think if you had a channel called Grandma Stories, it would attract some kind of an audience.
Yeah. Well, I mentioned this to Richard when I visited with him, and I need to follow up with him about it. But and I know I've talked to you, Todd, about it.
He's in chat.
Yeah, I know he is, but he's not going to respond to this right now.
Okay.
But the thing was, we all have all these stories, whether it's a story about going to conventions, meeting creators, or just some of the stupid ass shit that we ended up doing in our lives. But we all have these stories, and I would love to make a channel where all we do is just talk about some of our stories. Now, you and I have dozens, a few good stories, dozens of other stories. There's a couple that are good, but it'd be funny just to reminisce and tell the stories. Two things in order to have a documented proof that we were here, and two, to get the facts right, because we have a tendency to, when we tell these stories over and over again, we get facts wrong. And it's always good to have somebody that was there with you at the time to, validate the story that you're telling. Like, I could tell the story about that night that we went and played chicken with another car. And I remember you driving off the road, or was I driving? Hell, I don't remember who was driving at this point.
You were
I
driving.
think it was you. No? Was it you?
No, it was you.
Did I hit the mailbox or did I aim for the mailbox? And we're not talking a little mailbox for a street. We were talking about a blue mailbox for the post.
You didn't hit the mailbox.
I went right for it though, didn't I?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. See, that these are parts of the story that need to be revealed and fleshed out and made fact. But we really should do that.
We should.
We really should do that on a regular basis, like one day a week where we're not doing this. Just get together and tell a story.
We should. MK MK says that's literally what this is each week.
Yeah, but it's not intended for that. Sometimes we'll bring up something and we'll remember something, but it wasn't a planned thing. So what I'm meaning by that is our thoughts aren't in order when we're telling these stories.
That's because
I'm talking about, let's make a decision about what we want to talk about and actually go into depth and talk about it. Like the first time I met Art Adams, that time I embarrassed myself meeting Adam Hughes. The time I got a sketch from Bart Texiera and went over to my friend Rich and acted like a complete total asshole that my son had to grab me and drag me away.
There's like 3 people on planet Earth that are going to know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but these are good, funny stories, though.
Richard says, at my age, I've forgotten more than I remember.
That's another reason why we need to do it. Because all these great stories. He and I had such a great time just sitting around shooting the shit. And we did it for hours. And it was great. We had such a great time. And I'm like thinking to myself, my God, you need to share these stories.
I've always seen that as like a positive. Like, I think being able to forget most of your shit is like what keeps me happy.
Well,
like,
that's
I had a really good time in college. I went to art school. I had a good time in college. I did a lot of things. I have short-term memory stuff. I don't remember.
There are people out there that really want to know about the fact that in your senior year of high school, you were dating a stripper. There's people out there that really want to know this story.
Thanks, Andrew.
This is the only guy I know that ever dated a stripper.
I just recently threw out those photos, by the way.
Really? You don't have anything to share to prove it?
No, I have one. I kept like a one where she was like fully clothed.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I assumed all the pictures you had of her where she was fully clothed.
No.
Please tell me you weren't in any of the pictures.
No, I was
Okay, good.
holding the camera. I was not.
Oh, good man. Good man.
But you know, I mean, I've hit that age where, like, I mean, when I took him, you know, she was 18 and I was 18, and now I'm like a 50-year-old with like, I was like a 49-year-old with pictures of an 18-year-old chick. And I was like, God forbid I have a heart attack or a stroke, something happens. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And like
Yep.
my wife or somebody else, like, I mean, Melissa might get it. She might know, but like my kids discover these pictures. I'm like, you know what? I don't need this shit in my life.
Yeah.
I make a conscious effort to like not have
purged.
anything weird, or like I don't even buy original art that has like really scary monsters or evil stuff, because even though some of that stuff is beautiful, like I don't want my kids, you know, I'm trying to protect the kids.
When my parents first bought their house and we moved into it, the backyard was nothing but a clearing because they cleared it out for further development.
Mhm.
And I would go out there and just search the woods and all. And I found a deer skull in the woods.
Mhm.
And I brought it home and I had put it in a locked box that I kept under my bed. And
That's weird as fuck, dude.
there was one day where I pulled it out and I'm looking at it going, I don't know how I would explain this to anybody in my family. So I got rid of it. But I'm looking at it going, if I died right now and they found this,
well, that's how I felt.
bed,
like even though
exactly.
these were photos of an ex-girlfriend. First of all, it's an ex-girlfriend. Like I'm married with
from
2
30
kids.
plus years ago. Nobody
Right,
gives
but
a
at a
rat's
certain
ass.
point, it's an old man having pictures of a teenage girl. Do you know what I'm saying? Like as at a certain point, it's like it becomes a little weird.
A little weird,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, you know, they live up here. I know what they look like. You know what I mean? Like I got them. So
I remember the first time I saw her. See, I'm having fond memories, dude. See, that's why you got to share this story. Do you know when that was?
Another time.
Do you know when that was?
Why do we have to talk about the stripper?
I don't know, because it's a story that should be told.
God.
Do you know when the first time I saw her? Not met her. I don't think I met her, but I saw her.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the time I was already graduated from high school. I wasn't there. You were going to high school and still there. It was at your graduation.
Mm.
It was me and LV and Richard, and we're standing to the side, like waiting for you guys to come out.
Yeah.
And there was this, just beautiful picture right in front of us. And we were kind of me and LV kind of looked at each other like, okay, right? And then you came out and she started jumping up and down. And we were like, what the fuck? Wow, what is it? I knew about it, but I'd never met the girl. So I never ever met her. So but that was the first time I saw her.
I don't even remember that.
You don't remember your graduation?
No.
The Florida Theater, you guys coming down, and you don't remember that?
I don't remember anything.
That was the one and only thing I remember about that story. But tell the story about your wedding rehearsal. That was fun. You can tell the story about.
Oh God, no one cares. These are things that you care about because we're friends. Like no one gives a shit.
I know, but they're great stories. That's all I'm saying.
You're a very good storyteller. That's why.
Well, I need you on hand to keep me honest.
Yeah,
but we should do it. We should do it.
We can do that maybe down the road.
Yeah.
What is
not too down the road? Then we'll be old and dead.
Oh, speaking of old and dead. Hold on for a second. Hold on. Check this out. You're gonna like this.
Okay. I'm waiting.
I'll be right back. Hold on. Let me I gotta get up. So 1 second.
It's not that I think our stories are gonna inspire people or last a lifetime or whatever. It's just our stories. And I just freaking like telling them. And Todd and I have some pretty good ones.
So I don't know if I regret doing this or not, but I'm
going to highlight you.
Huh?
I'm going to highlight you.
Okay.
Oh, did you order a copy of How to to create a creative business from
I'm
the
not. We
Rippaverse
should
way?
talk about that. That's ridiculous. That guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. We should talk about that.
Yeah, we should.
We should talk about that. So, yeah, I don't know if this is a good thing or bad thing, but I got, I'm trying to do a little more, like at least every other day or at least a couple times a week. Like the house always needs organization. Like doesn't matter how many times I clean the house or how often I clean it or how often Melissa cleans it, like the kids destroy it. And we had just had tons of stuff. And I went down in the basement. I have we've got some shelving units, like industrial shelving units down there, and we've got a lot of boxes, stuff we haven't opened since we moved. I was like, I'm going to open some of these. Like, who cares? I don't want anything in storage. Like, that's stupid. So I started opening it, and I like, oh my god, like I ended up. It's just so much stuff because I had a studio that was much bigger than my office now. Mm-hmm. So I'm struggling a little bit. Anyway, I ended up finding like all of my old sketchbooks, all the way from high school all the way to college, like all the sketchbooks, and now they take up an entire fucking shelf that I don't know if I want because I'm never going to open them. Like they're just sitting over here now on a shelf.
Well, when I'm up in June, I'll grab a couple from you.
You might, but I did find
we need to because of all of us, the one person that's going to have gallery space is going to be me, because that's my business goal is to have a gallery space.
Probably, yeah.
So this is having some original Todd Wanish and Avery Butterworth and Romel Davis originals up.
So
would be freaking fantastic.
Well, a couple things that you're going to find. A couple things. First, I found. Look what I found. I have 3 or 4 more of these.
Oh, okay, nice.
Right, like 3 or 4. So like, and these are the only copies, which is great because that means I can like, what I'd like to probably do is like maybe do the grading thing again for these, and then maybe like put some up for sale or give them away. I don't know. I'll send one to MK. With his
nope, keep going. Keep going. I'll get to Richard's comment in a little bit.
All right. So then I found this.
You're on a flow.
And I don't know if you know this, Andrew. I don't know if you know
you're
this.
on a roll, not a flow.
Do you you might not know this, Andrew. This might not be something you
Of course I know it.
Do you know what this book is?
Life Quest. Is that small press guy that published your pinup?
Ah, holy crap. Good memory, bro.
Yeah, because you were second. You were the second one to get a pinup published. I was the first.
That's right.
I had mine published in a Femforce.
Which is badass, by the way. Femforce is classic. I just feel
in fact, the original art is right up there on the top of my thing.
And what's crazy is like I did not remember that this was from Caliber.
Oh shit! I didn't know that either.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay,
I was like, that's badass. So, but yeah, so
the artist was a very Bone-inspired artist.
Yeah, he was great. And so this is
where's he at? Is he still doing stuff? Do you have any idea?
I don't even know.
We should look into it.
He was doing like Christian. It was like Life Quest is a Christian.
Really, I didn't
it's like
know
Christian
that either.
Bone. Yeah, he was like a open Christian, but the story was great and the art was fantastic.
Yeah. Well, Richard does have a question for you real quick. Todd, when is the next installment of the Woo Files going to be coming out?
Well, it's called What Files, Andrew, but
did I say Woot Files?
You did. Woot.
Woot.
I will let you know. Just let me finish my spot.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to derail you. Yes, I did. Keep going.
So this was basically this was the very first published work. I think it says 1998.
Is that the original?
No, this is on the back of the book.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think I sent him the original. That's how we got this. Like this was before scanners and all that. So I sent him the original.
Did you ever get it back?
No, hell no. It's a gift. It's fine. I don't. But then I also found.
Wasn't that the back cover of the issue?
The back cover, yeah.
Wow, that's actually kind of impressive.
And then I found this in '95. I don't even remember the other guys that were on here.
It's so crazy that you would think I didn't remember that.
I barely remembered it. LOL, the Woot Files.
Woo woo.
Anyway, do you remember that website, MK Woot? That was a interesting site. Anyway, do you know what this is?
That I do not know. That is foreign to me.
So this was in college. Do you remember Andre Moore?
Yes.
You remember Andre?
Yep.
Andre was fantastic. He's still very good. I mean, he's still around. He decided he had a little thing called Glimpse Studios, and
dude, what is the name of that comic? The one that you did the back cover for?
Life Quest.
Life
Quest. Yeah. So Andre would draw. This is Andre. Okay. So
Yep,
he was really good. This is 1995. Right. So that's pretty great. He's a very good artist. But in the back.
Uh-huh. Is that a Todd Wanish?
That is.
Really?
Coming in 1995. And then this was
2095, right?
2095.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh God, I remember those pages.
Right.
I never realized they were published. Is that an ash can though?
It is totally an ash.
Okay. Well, technically,
Still in a book though.
it is. It absolutely is.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. I don't know. I was like, oh, look what I found. So I'm gonna, as soon as I think I've started, inspired by you, Andrew. I now have a small stack of books to grade.
Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So. But yeah, so now I have like a ton of the stack of stuff, and then I also found, I don't know if you care about this, but like I used to photocopy like all the stuff that I would find in different magazines. So this is a Chalk Talk by John Buscema.
Very cool.
And so this is like him. So do you know what the Chalk Talk is?
No.
The Chalk Talk is actually a very famous thing. It was John Buscema. So once every blue moon, when the new artists would be hired, the new crop of Marvel artists would come in to the bullpen, and they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. And so John Buscema, they would task John Buscema with teaching all of the new artists how to do this job correctly.
Okay.
So this is one of his Chalk Talks. This is his Chalk Talk about like how
facial expressions or something, or
like how we'll know just like how to do the job. He's just like it's like speed, like what does he say? He's talking to Jim Shooter. Jim, do you hear what I'm saying? You're gonna cut my rate. No, I really worked on that. I enjoyed it. There's several ways that I work. I use a light box. There are times I don't use a light box. I draw different ways too. How many hours a day average do you put in? Up to 14, 7 days a week? That's better than I did. That's one of the ways you can speed up. Start fooling around with it. I was just telling my wife last night that the way things are going, I was going to have to start working an extra 4 hours a day. And I'm serious. I put in 11 to 12 hours a day, every day. That's one way to do it. And so it's basically like, I use a chisel point pencil. The reason I do that is because I find that if I use a pointed pencil, I get involved with a lot of the details. I can lay out a page in about an hour and a half. He lays out a page in about an hour and a half. Let's assume I'm drawing a figure, a wide figure. I'm just searching for positioning now. I place my figure where I want it. That's with a light pencil. I do that with a 2H. It's basically him like talking about what his process is to do the job of a professional comic artist that meets deadlines, in the context of meeting deadlines to do the job of the comic artist.
Okay.
It's fantastic. So anyway.
So that Life Quest series went for 6 issues back in 1999. They're not worth anything, but I was looking at issue 1 to see if it had any creator information on it, and it doesn't. And I was going to try to add your name as the cover artist, but technically you're the back cover artist, and they don't have a separate designation for that
So add me as a cover artist. It's okay.
on comicpriceguide.com.
Add me as a cover artist. That'd be nice.
Yeah, well, issue 4, right?
No. I don't actually know. Hold on.
Well, the issue you held up was issue number 4.
No, but that was the stack that he gave me.
Oh, okay.
I think that was. Hold on. I've got it right here. Let me see. It was issue number 5.
So right before the end.
Thanks.
So that was it. That was the problem. Okay, now what's the guy's name that actually created it?
His name is Matt Vanderpool. MATT V. Are you writing this down?
MATT.
V, as in Vincent. ANDERPOL.
Vanderpool.
Yeah.
Okay. They don't have him in the list. Let me see if Todd Wanish is in here. How do you spell your name? There is no Todd W's in all of Comic Book Creations.
That's great. I'm glad I'm making my mark. Everything's fine.
Is there an Andrew Charver? Close.
Oh.
No.
I was gonna be so mad.
Yeah, me too. Nope. I'm not in there either. Oh well. It's like creating your own Wikipedia page. Sometimes you have to do it, you know?
Oh, I think I only have one copy of that book. I think that's my only copy. Wow. Okay. Because he gave me. I gotta open this up and see what I actually have. I don't even know. Issue number 4. Oh no, I got a couple copies.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he gave me a couple of copies.
Something to pass down to. You should grade it. You should have a graded copy passed down to your children.
Well, I have 2 kids, so unfortunately I have to have 2 of everything because they fight like cats and dogs. They can't share anything.
What was the name of the comic again? Life what?
Life Quest. Good God.
I'm checking to see if there's any issues.
Graded.
This
is riveting live streaming, by the way.
There is 1 copy of Life Quest issue number 3. And that's graded. It's a 7.0. And that's it. That's the only comic that's graded from that series. Somebody graded issue. I wonder if somebody had their pinup published it and got it graded just for them.
Yeah, that's probably what I'll do.
Yeah. But there is no. If you grade issue number 4, no matter what the grade is, it'll be the only one in the CGC section.
Well, I should grade number 5 because that's the one that I'm in.
Oh yeah, 5. Yeah. It didn't matter to me, honestly. It's not what I was going to pick up anyway.
Doesn't matter.
And speaking of things that I'm not going to pick up, I wanted to share with you guys. I think this is funny. I think this is hilarious. And I really wish Avery was here to comment on it, but he would probably just say,
I don't care.
It's stupid. It's dumb. But Eric July is crowdfunding. I think it's amazing that he does the crowdfunding on his own site. He doesn't have to share any of the money with Kickstarter or anything. But and he's got enough people that come in there and do it that he can do it without, he can make it. But he's publishing a book, How to Build a Creative Business the Rippaverse Way. And it ends on February 27th. It's
hold on.
Richard's heading out. Take it easy. Fading fast. See you next time, Richard. Be good. It's 242 total sales, a $10,000 goal. It's already reached $9,000, which makes me wonder. Hold on a second. I got to get out the calculator.
Well, yeah. I mean, it would be a success for either of us, but his first book sold like $4 million. Like he sold
hold on a second.
thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of copies and made like 3.8 or 4.2 million. So this business is over.
So 9,452 sales, divided by 242 people. A book sold is 30. No, wait a minute. That says total book sold. That doesn't say how many people actually backed the project.
Right.
I was thinking it was the number of people backed the project. So somebody could have gone in and ordered 10 copies.
Well, and this is why you can't trust it also, because he owns the admin.
Right. Oh, who would buy a graded copy of a book about how to publish comics? That's I'm checking. Oh,
There's so much crap in there.
oh, good God. Tank's here. Hey, Tank. Tank says, "Good evening to all of you, magnificent bastards and bastages, bastards,
Bastards.
He's talking. He's talking about Zach. It's all right.
Yeah. So you want to maybe fill in the gap for some people who may not know what.
No, I don't. This is Eric
brought it
July doing his own. Yeah, I know.
Who's Eric July? What is this? He has a comic company. Who is he?
Yeah, I don't really care. I don't care. I just thought it was crazy that this guy who.
So long story short, how about this? Long story short, he's a YouTuber who talked about. He was actually like a conservative YouTuber, which is how he got his audience. And then he started talking about culture war stuff and got in, and he's a comic book fan, so he decided to do comics. The reason people love to hate on him is because he has a very large ego and doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. And so it's really obvious from anyone who's had any kind of startup history at all, or worked with founders or entrepreneurship or venture capital, that he really doesn't know what he's doing. But he fronts really hard. And so, and what didn't help or did help his ego, or depending on how you want to look at it, is that he had a really strong audience on YouTube and he capitalized on it. He did a launch, and I think he sold like his first crowdfund was like $3.8 million. It was huge. It was the biggest crowdfund in history, I think, for a comic by far. And yeah, he can't take any criticism. Like, he's not able to do it. And what he didn't understand, and someone who's been doing this a long time knows, is that when you build, he built up an audience for like 10 years. That first launch is always going to be your biggest launch because it's pent up demand and everybody wants to support. And then people got the book and it sucked.
Yeah.
It wasn't good. And then he launched a second book and it made 1.8 million or something like that, which is still huge, but not the same. And then it's going down and down and down and down and down and down and down. And now he's at a point where he's selling How to Do Business My Way. And he sold 200 books and made less, he'll cross 10K. He might even make 20K. Doesn't matter. It's not in the millions. It's not six figures. It's barely five figures. So
why would somebody order a soft copy, a hardcover copy, a digital copy, and a graded copy? And a t-shirt?
I don't know.
Who is investing in this?
Well, this is what I'm saying. Like, you don't know, because if you scroll to the top.
Yeah.
Scroll to the top. The problem is it says 242 total books sold. That is by you, and you caught it. That is by design. He doesn't want you to know unique people.
Right.
So the first thing you say is like, oh, well, somebody might go and they might buy 10 copies. Yes. The other thing is he's the admin. So if he wants to go in and say, we're going to start it off by saying that we have 110 books sold, he can do that.
Right.
That's not real money. Those are just digits on a screen. That's just, it's a website. So he might have sold 42 copies. You have no idea. There's no reality in those numbers at all. And that's fine. He doesn't have to put any of this up there. And he's not required to show proof of what he made. But I think the problem he's having is he's doing this, like, he's trying to sell things that don't require the same capital outlay as comics, right? Like, you do How to Build a Creative Business the Rippaverse way. He's probably taking snippets or writing or having AI rewrite from his YouTube videos where he's talked about this stuff.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Right? But he
Yeah,
doesn't.
sure,
he doesn't have
sure.
to hire. He doesn't have to hire a writer. He doesn't have to hire a penciler. He doesn't have to hire an inker. He doesn't have to hire a colorist. There's no editor, or there might be an editor, but you're not hiring a letterer. You're not doing all of that comic production that cost you a fucking fortune. He's not doing any of that. So he's doing a lot of things to try to make money and to keep the business afloat that do not require comic outlet
Creatives. Yeah.
And so this is one of the ideas. Oh, well, how I do a business, because it's a textbook, and maybe there's a couple of spot illustrations in there or something, but yeah, it's just sad because this is not going to age well.
Tank says super fans are going to buy regardless. More power to them. And he says, yeah, there's a lot of clouded controversy surrounding this. Obviously so.
Well, I mean, you can tell it's not that many super fans, because even the comics were selling in the low thousands, and now this is only in the few hundreds.
Yeah.
Right. Even if it doubles, he's got 500 people.
And speaking of people buying as an investment property, let's go check out the 17 slabbed comics, Rippaverse comics that are currently on eBay.
Oh no.
We were following this before.
I want to say this too before we tear into this, because I bought the first. I supported Rippaverse. I bought the first issue. I have since donated it to charity.
Very good.
But like, I wanted this to succeed. I wanted this to succeed. And
yeah, but you wanted it to succeed and get better.
Well, yeah, I wanted it to be halfway decent. I was even willing to be like, I wasn't expecting it to be like Alan Moore. I just was like a good comic, but it's so obvious. It made me realize. Here's what it is, Andrew. It made me realize how much people like you and I know about the craft. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean, again, I'm not saying we're Todd McFarlane, Jim Lee, Alan Moore. Like, I'm not saying we're Frank Miller, but it was so clear that he was a fan who didn't understand the mechanics and the craft needed to put a good book together.
Right.
And what makes it worse is that because he's not able to take criticism, or constructive criticism, he is incapable of getting better, and that is just my honest assessment. I want this to succeed. I think it had fantastic ability, but you can't save it from itself, man. Like, the names of the characters, this guy needs someone to tell him his ideas are shit. And it doesn't mean I'm not saying that to be negative. I'm not saying that someone needs to just piss on his stuff. I'm saying he needs someone to not just say yes, because some of these character names you can't even pronounce. And I'm not being sharp. Like, you literally cannot pronounce some of the names of these characters. They make no fucking sense. And it's just like
Norfrica.
What the fuck is a Norfolk? That's the worst name. It's North Africa.
Yes,
which is fine. North Africa, Norfolk. Like, that's what? That's the worst. Like,
Tank says, good impartial analysis, 100% spot on, and you are technically correct. The best kind of correct.
Right. It's just like someone that he's clearly hired people. This is what's sad, is that he's clearly new at this, and he's hired people who need to work, and they want to work, and they want money, which is, again, nothing wrong with that. Everyone has a job, but they don't feel comfortable enough to go to this guy and say, hey man, this title blows, brother. Like, I just gotta be real with you. This sucks. Maybe, and you never know behind the scenes. Maybe he fires people that disagree with them, or who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
But clearly nobody is able to guide this guy, or maybe they do tell him, and he's just like, you don't know what you're talking about, because this guy can't take criticism.
Well, just to explain what is on the screen right now, a while ago, a eBayer put eBay seller put this up. It was 17 CGC Rippaverse comics plus a bonus signature series, ISOM, Alpha Core, Yara, all these graded books. He originally was asking $1,200, and he's been going down and down and down in price, hoping somebody will eventually give him money for these. He was down to $750, went back up to $850, and now has dropped it back down to $750 again, which that's still too much.
No one's going to buy it.
Even for 17 books.
Can you zoom into this at all?
Yeah. There's these ISOMs, these 9.8s, 9.9 signature series, ISOM, Yara, Alpha Core, signature series, verified. Nobody cares.
I will give him credit. I will give Eric July credit in this regard, and I'm being genuine here. Producing this much work is a monstrous load. The fact that he's been able to, no, I'm serious. Like the fact that he's actually been able to produce books on a semi-regular basis at this scale is incredibly impressive.
You know what's
you can't name me another independent creator that could do what he's doing in that scale. I'm not saying it's all good. I'm not saying he should, right? I think, here's what I think. And in hindsight 2020, right? But here's what he should have done. Okay. And I'm a little surprised he didn't do this. And I think it comes down to ego and maybe some narcissistic tendencies or something. But if this had been me, again, it's not, but you have that first launch with ISOM #1. You've just made $3.8 million off of a comic campaign. Okay. You're on like news channels. I think he was on like Fox News talking about it. He got network television talking about it because it was a brand new cultural thing, right? After that book is done and you've delivered it, and he made some mistakes. He over ordered. For those that don't know, I think he over ordered that book by like 20,000 copies or something ridiculous like that. When it
it was a lot. It was a lot.
Tens of thousands of copies. He ordered like thousands and thousands of copies over because he thought it was just going to be. He blew a lot of money. Whatever. Even with that mistake, there's room to make it up. But MK says expensive kindling for sure. You have this massive buildup and you launch, and it's just this euphoric win. You've made a fortune. Everyone is excited. People get the books. Everything is done. You then pause. You take a step back. If he had just done one book a year, Andrew, do you understand? If he had done one book a year, maybe two, like all the other crowdfunders in the space, if he had just done 1 or 2 books a year, max, I think he'd still be making $500,000 to $1 million a year.
Hell.
But he launched and he ramped up because he wanted to beat 3.8 million. He wanted to make more money, and so he bled his audience. He squeezed them. This guy launches. You saw that, like he launches books like every other month. How many books does he have on? How many campaigns does he have on his website right now?
I don't know.
Oh, share screen. Let's count.
I don't know if I can actually see that. Plus, we don't have a lot of time left, Todd.
You can just go look at this campaigns. The point is that he's launched so continuously, so often, and he has a finite audience. These are just his YouTube fans. And so his numbers are dropping because people are like, I'm tired of spending 30, 35, 40, 50 bucks a month on this shit. Like, I want to support you, brother, but I can't, I got a family to feed kind of stuff. And so nobody's, scroll up.
Where do you find what he has currently going on?
Oh, maybe he changed it. There it is. Dirty Deeds #1, Rippaverse. Go to Dirty Deeds #1. Let's see. I think it was like a scroll. Yeah, so these are some of the books. Like, and can't you like scroll? He used to have it where you could scroll sideways or whatever. I guess he doesn't have that anymore.
No.
So he's got about 4 or 5 collections going on right now.
Ripazine number
Yeah.
6.
Ripazine number 6. There's 28,000. So like, yeah. So what? How many fans? 1,200 books. But that also includes the campaigns where you're getting 5 or 6 or 10 books. You see, that's not 1,000 people. That's like probably 500 or 600 people. Right.
Yeah.
And MK says 1,000 true fans in moderation. 100%. You've had 1,000 true fans. He could have made over $1 million probably for the next 10 years. Like he really could have. But he squeezed them all. And people like, are you so blind to not know like how the world works? Like people have ups and downs.
And this isn't even discussing the errors that they've shipped out.
Right. It doesn't, because the errors wouldn't even matter if he was just pushing and pushing and pushing in terms of content and support, and then he builds back up to another big launch and then starts it again and builds back up to another launch and then starts it again. People can afford, you have 1,000 true fans, people can afford a $35 book twice a year, right? But they're not going to do it every month.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. And so now he's bled everybody out. And now when people realize that they're not collectibles, because his audience was not comic book fans, his audience were people that liked him for him. Like he was a person. They're not supporting a comic company. They're supporting a personality.
Yeah.
He's a YouTube personality that has a comic book company. His fans are not like some of them, of course, are comic book fans, but they're not real comic book fans. I'm just being real. Like you can't have been in comics for 30, 40 years and look at those books and be a fan of it. It's just not possible. You can support it because you want to see independent things survive, but you're not buying every book. You might buy one here, one there. You're not going to buy every book. There's no way.
Yep. Crazy. Anyway, I thought I'd bring it up just because it was interesting in the news.
It is. I look, I know we're out of time, but I'm going to say, like, I hope, and this is, I know, look, there's a lot of negative you can say about the guy, but I do hope he still is able to pull it out and start delivering a little bit of quality, and maybe.
Well, isn't he now getting into like animation or something?
He's trying. He's not. I mean, he says he is, but I think he's trying to get games. He's trying to find ways to produce without producing, but he doesn't know anything about gaming. Like you've never, just because you play games doesn't mean you know how to. Dude, you think making a comic is hard? Shipping a comic is hard? Go make a video game and see how hard it is to distribute that shit. Good luck. Like it's a yeah.
Poor guy.
I want him to do well. I do think it's a little too late. But I am absolutely, I will eat crow. I hope I am wrong, because I think if he was able to pull it out and deliver good books and just like chill for a minute on his ego and just start like pull back, release a couple books, like get the vibe back a little bit, I think it would be good for everybody. You know, I would love to have another independent company that I could support. That'd be fucking sick.
Yeah, that'd be true.
But,
well, I guess we're just going to have to create our own. And on that note, we're going to wrap up. Thank you, guys. By the way, Tank said, agreed. I don't wish anyone ill.
Yeah,
well,
100%.
wish everybody to make millions of dollars.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Selling their NFTs.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Hope you all have a fantastic weekend. I'm looking forward to having a pre-Groundhog Day sale this weekend, where we'll see if we can make some money and have a good time doing it.
I wish you all the best, Andrew.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Zach?
Yeah.
It's good hearing from you, buddy. I hope you're doing well.
Well, once you guys get on a roll about Eric July and comics and stuff, I just kind of mute.
Okay. All right.
Because
MK, have a good weekend, brother.
You too, MK. See y'all later, guys.
Nothing to that conversation.
That's all right.